Hello, and welcome to Automat Live Coding. Again, or for the first time, if you're here for the first time. Automat is a tool for automating games. It works by giving you access to a set of parts that you can then combine together into things that do stuff on your computer. So I can record a macro that will move my mouse, press a space, and then back here to the start. When I play it back, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to move my mouse, press the space, move back, and click. So the macro actually stopped itself. Now, we are currently in the process of doing something that's going to accelerate the development of Automat a lot. The project that we are doing right now, it's a small side project, but very, very simple to implement and very powerful, is the automated synchronization of the design from Krita and Automat. So we can design whatever we want within Krita, and we now have a tiny script that knows how to read the Krita files. Krita is a graphics editor, and it takes basically each of the layer from this file and saves it as a separate asset within Automat. So this is not yet coming from Krita, but we will switch it all. So this object is coming from Krita. This is not yet. That's okay. It's a nice shape. Anyway, so what we want to do today is I would like to allow our script to take paths from Krita. So paths like this one, they are actually stored as a lot of points. I mean, probably way too many points. I can go through those points and delete them one by one, but maybe a better way would be to, I don't know, maybe trace this manually. Anyway, we want to take this SVG path and export it into a path within Automat. We will do this with the help of AI. Like during the last stream, this Krita export was largely implemented by Claude. It messed up some things, but we set it straight and it's working now. So that's the plan for today. There is one bad news. The bad news is that I just noticed that YouTube must have changed their API because I see a long stream of error messages in my console. So the messages that you post on YouTube, they are not going to appear here. I'm actually not going to see them, unfortunately. So if you look in the upper right corner, you can see this red YouTube icon. This is the status monitor. It says it is red because YouTube is not responding. They changed something in the API. I guess we will fix this. Maybe I will fix this over the weekend, or otherwise we will fix this on the next stream. Another update is that we've been playing with this tiny project called Keyer. This is a tiny keyboard, a one-handed keyboard that I can type on. So I can type those letters. I am slowly going through the tutorial, and if this works out. I don't know, I will see if this can be used for programming. It's very convenient to have, you know, one hand free while typing. And the tutorial is fairly...
This is Squadron Leader confirming hostiles inbound. Prepare for battle.
It's very decent at building muscle memory. Yeah, and I just finished a level. In this game there are 300 levels, so I'm still 100 levels. I mean, I wrote this game myself, so I know how this works. This is... yeah, a fairly straightforward way to build muscle memory. I think after going through this game 3 times, I will be at a decent speed to actually use this for coding tasks. Yeah, and this device works. There was a connection issue on Linux. I switched to a new Bluetooth adapter, which still had the same issue, and then I looked more carefully at the Bluetooth exchange, and it turns out that there was a configuration in the Bluetooth connection which actually told the computer to terminate the connection if it was unable to communicate with the device for 400 milliseconds. And 400 milliseconds is really not that long. It was causing a lot of issues. So now I fixed it. It works. So I think I should be able to enable Bluetooth sleep even soon. So this device will also use less energy. Now when it's powered on, it's using actually quite a lot of energy, so I have to manually turn it off all the time. But okay, let's go to Automat. Oh, I found an amazing paper. The mythical matched modules. I mean, I'm saying amazing. Papers are rarely amazing because they are all written with the goal of sounding professional and doing this performative academic style.
CP Chica says,
Hello, I'm in Poland, but actually in Spain.
Nice. Is there a city called Poland in Spain? Oh yeah, so the paper. I started mentioning the paper, and this is... So I looked up the author. I found him on GitHub. It turns out I'm already following him. So he published this long time ago, like 16 years ago. And the paper actually has very simple observation in it. you could write it on a napkin. It's really not. It really shows that academic papers, are a bad format for for sharing insights. And in this case, the insight is that, hey, if you write a piece of software, if you want this piece of software to be composable with other modules in a very nice way, where there are no cross dependencies, then your piece of software should not expose any interface, at least not to other modules. It should only expose the interface to some kind of integration domain. And this is exactly how Unix programs are written. A Unix program cannot depend on other programs. It cannot assume that other programs are present. It can only depend on what it receives on input, and it can send stuff to the output. So in Unix, the Unix shell is this integration domain, and the programs cannot depend on one another, and this makes them super modular. This is why Linux command shell is so nice. And in this paper, Steven argues that we can actually expand this idea to arbitrary software modules. We just have to hide their interfaces. So one module cannot share its interface with another module. They can only share the interfaces with the integration domain. And within the integration domain, you wire all of them together. Simple idea, very elegant. And I love it. I love it. And if you are not following Steven Kell, he's on GitHub and he makes amazing stuff on GitHub. Those are the repositories that he makes. They are maybe prototypes, but they are just crazy. He's really underappreciated, I would say. There. He's playing with some crazy linkers that can inject, for example, type information based on dwarf information from ELF files. They can dynamically track the types of the stuff in memory from native programs, from like C++ programs. You're allocating a struct, and his linker actually can tell, oh, you just allocated a memory for this kind of struct. Allocator. And yeah, it's incredible. It's just incredible. And he does more stuff like this. Strongly recommend, and I will read more of his papers, definitely.
Amazon regional serving issues are still a thing in 2025.
Is this related to your, what was it, Ubico order? Did they deliver this to Spain? Okay, I want to submit this literature.
It got on right place. But Amazon made me pay for VPN, so access some stuff that uses its backends.
Yeah, this VPN is... Those VPNs are so sketchy. Why would Amazon want anybody to use their VPNs? I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid. The fact that VPN can see everything you're doing is... It smells to me so much of some, like, tracking. I wanted to find the path which exports the path. Export vector lay.
Tunnels Downways is the one I chose.
Yeah, I mean, even more reputable VPNs. Like everybody's talking about NordVPN, but to me it's so sketchy that the American company pretends to be a European company because apparently it generates more trust. This sort of things, to me, they make me like totally not trust them. I am a little bit paranoid though, maybe too much. If I wanted to use a VPN, I would probably just rent a server and server or a VM somewhere in the cloud and use that to route my traffic. Because I guess if you rent a server, nobody's really logging all that stuff.
Guy who made tunnels is from Iceland and live streams VPN development on weekends, mostly I...
Yeah. That actually sounds better.
And he works at Miniochu.
Or AI. Nice. Okay, let's tell Claude to finish the vector layer export.
Guys, he at least sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
I actually like doing the opposite of VPN, which is virtual local, like VLAN. To set up all my computers in a single network. It's called WireGuard, really. I think this is what This is the main kind of tool for doing this. There is no vector layer, and we want to see a vector function here. So while the agent is crunching through the code, we do some of those.
Somebody get this guy. Bogey's inbound.
Okay, apparently that was fast enough somehow. Another level. So the game has 324 levels, and this is how many letter combinations are there. For each letter combination there is a level to pass.
Copy.
I just hope it's not doing any crazy things. So there is shape. Nice. Oh. So it generates those it generates the row SVG. Yeah, nice. Actually, I think this row SVG could already be processed by the script, but whatever. So this is a transform that it applies the SVG transform. There is apparently a transform attached to the SVG element. I should be able to select. this shape is VG. Yes. Okay, so this is the transform. Of this object. And then there is translate by blah 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 and center on canvas. Looks about right. Convert from pixels to meters and flip Y. Also looks fine. Let's see if this will work. This is our mouse. Now we want to change its shape. Right now the shape looks like this, and this is the hard-coded shape. The new one that I will add is going to be crazy. It's going to be composed of like hundreds of points. Yeah. This is our new shape. It should be using local coordinates. Something is wrong here. Maybe this scale is too small. This pixel to meter. It's not looking bad. Maybe this path contains too many verbs. Let's see. Let's see if I can simplify it. Okay, this path looks way better. Save this. And rerun Automat. The new path should be, yeah, way shorter. Hey, there is something that looks like a mouse. I don't know this. The path is much shorter. I like that. SVG has no transform, but maybe there is a transform in the XML. Shape. Okay, it has Y0, X0. think course bounds are used for some things in Automat, so I need to override this function as well.